Thank you very much. You know what my real job is? I'm supposed to introduce the mayor. So I won't take long. But I want to, first of all, I thank Ryan Seacrest and my longtime friend Gloria Molina, President Herb Wesson, Mayor-elect Garcetti. Congratulations and good luck. Everybody is pulling for you. I want to thank all the other officials who are here for their service and congratulate the Heritage Month honorees. I was trying to think of some other place in America where you could have a block party starring Placido Domingo and Stevie Wonder. American Indian music. Maybe we even get Wanda Sykes to tell us a joke or two before it's over. I say that because my friendship with your mayor is fairly well known, and I want you to know why I love this city and I love him. If you look at look at this crowd. This is a metaphor for what will work in the 21st century. All over the world there's all these troubles. There are economic troubles, social and religious conflicts. We're all quite rightly worried about instability and adverse effects of climate change. But I will tell you this, everywhere in the world and everywhere in America where people are doing well, it is because they come together in communities of cooperation and they reject the politics of constant conflict. Yep. And that's because the problems we have are often inherently complex and they require trade-offs and they require good people to get together and listen to each other and figure out what is the best thing to do to move everyone forward. LA has always been a city of the future to me. I was telling Antonio, we were sitting there, the first time I ever stood on these steps, when only my mother and Gloria Molina thought I could get elected president, was Cinco de Mayo, 1992. And I want you to know who I met just on the steps of the LA City Hall. By pure coincidence, the Nobel Peace Prize winning political prisoner from South Korea, Kim Dae-jung, who later became the president of his country. He was a magnificent human being. Died at 85 a couple of years ago. But I always thought it was sort of a metaphor about LA that I was standing on the steps of the City Hall, meeting a guy from Korea who had suffered years of political imprisonment, who wanted to come to America and wanted to go in the City Hall of Los Angeles to see the then mayor of this city because this city represented the future to him. Woo! And the second thing I want to say about your mayor is, look, we're friends. Hillary and I love him. What can I tell you? He's been good to us. And we are friends. But what I like is that he always understood that first and foremost, being mayor of this city was a job. Yes, it's an honor. Yes, it's a public position. Yes, it's a real hoot to represent you. It's pretty great to have a block party like this, even when it's not your swan song and everybody's telling you how great you are. On its worst day, being mayor of LA has got to be one of the best jobs in the world, but it is a job, and he knew that. And because he treated it like a job, crime's down by 50%. I was watching sitcoms in shorts when crime was down this low. The schools have achieved an unprecedented amount of attention from him. You have had an amazing increase in housing for homeless people. He never forgot about the left out and the left behind. The other night I was at the dedication of a new community facility for people who needed mental health services of all ages, including young people. Always things kept happening. There have been 4 new transit lines since Antonio became mayor, with 4 more approved. I told him last night, for the first time ever, I was just driving through the city when I got here, and I saw all these pretty rail lines. It's not unusual anymore, thanks to your mayor. And the one thing I want to say, I don't want to preempt an announcement he's going to make like next week, but let me tell you this. He proved the most important thing we can prove about the economy today for the future of the youngest people in this audience. He proved that you could go green and make it good economics, that you could create more jobs and create more opportunities. I want to thank him because he gave our foundation a chance to work with him to replace the street lights in Los Angeles with LED lights, and he's going to tell you what the results are in a few days. But it's amazing. I want to thank him for taking a city whose electricity load was just 5% renewables and taking it to 20%. That's like taking 750,000 houses off the electrical grid. And it's good economics. I want to thank him for understanding that cities represent 2% of the world's land mass, 70+% of the world's wealth, and 70% of its carbon emissions. And so if any place in the world can figure out how to solve this climate change problem in a way that is good economics, it will have to be in America's cities, and he puts you first. Nobody has reduced their carbon emissions at a port in America remotely as much as your mayor has at the Port of Los Angeles. And so, yeah, he's a good-looking guy, and he gives a great speech, and he's a great politician, and I love him. But the most important thing is he was faithful to the oath he swore to serve you, every single one of you. And this city, this state, and our nation are better as a result. So I am grateful to him.
Thank you,
for
Bill.
his friendship and for his service to you. It should be a model to all of you. Your life can be fun. You can have a luminous smile. You don't have to go around with your shoulders weighed down, but you do have to show up for work and make a difference in the lives of others, and your mayor has done it. He deserves this block party. Give him a warm welcome, Mayor Villaraigosa.
First of all, I have a speech, but I thought today, rather than give a speech, that I'd talk from the heart. You know, one, I want to thank President Clinton. I want to thank him for 8 years of service as the President of the United States, as a governor before that, as a man of the people, someone who's never forgotten that he came from a place called Hope and understood that his legacy had to be to spread the message of hope and the reality of hope to more people. Give him a big hand. President Bill Clinton.